Imagine a world where one small dessert is erased from history. No recipe cards. No family gatherings. No whispers of sweetness passed down through generations. A pie that never was. This is not just a story about food. It is a story about what disappears when a culture loses its simplest comforts. About how even a humble dessert can carry with it echoes of invention, resilience, and memory. Tonight, we ask a question few have dared to consider. What if rock bottom pie never existed? The year was 1990, a decade of neon lights, rising technology, and a society caught between tradition and innovation. Amid this backdrop, an unassuming recipe began to circulate. It required no oven, no elaborate techniques, just peanut butter, cream cheese, whipped topping, and a crust of crushed cookies. It came to be known as rock bottom pie, a dessert so simple that almost anyone could make it, yet so comforting that it became etched into the memory of countless kitchens. But what if it had not appeared? What if the idea of rock bottom pie, never written, never shared, never tasted? To erase rock bottom pie is to erase more than a recipe. It is to remove a cultural marker of accessibility in food, because rock bottom pie was not the gourmet dessert of high-end restaurants. It was the dessert of ordinary people, families on a budget, college students in small apartments, parents looking for a quick solution for a gathering. By stripping it away, we strip away a symbol of convenience, of ingenuity, of joy made from what is at hand. Without it, a question arises. How do people cope when the easy option disappears? To understand the consequences, we must first look closely at what makes this pie unique. Peanut butter, a powerhouse of protein, flavor, and comfort. Creamy, binding, a flavor rooted deeply in American identity. Remove rock bottom pie, and this ingredient loses one of its most celebrated homes outside the sandwich. Cream cheese, the silent stabilizer. It softens the intensity of peanut butter, adds body, adds weight. Without this pairing, cream cheese becomes locked to the of peanut butter, adds body, adds weight. Without this pairing, cream cheese becomes locked in cheesecakes and frostings, never discovering the role it plays here. Cool Whip, the innovation of industry. A man-made creation of stabilizers and emulsifiers, designed for shelf life and convenience. In rock bottom pie, Cool Whip demonstrates its greatest strength, lifting heavy ingredients into something light, airy, almost ethereal. Oreos, not simply cookies, but cultural icons. Crushed into crumbs, they become the very foundation of this dessert. Without rock bottom pie, the symbolic union between America's most famous cookie and its most accessible pie is broken. Together, these ingredients form something greater than themselves. A dessert of resilience, an invention of necessity. In reality, rock bottom pie spread quietly through cookbooks, church gatherings, and family kitchens. It became a hallmark of no-bake culture, a movement that flourished during the late 20th century when convenience foods were rising in popularity. During this time, processed ingredients like instant puddings, whipped toppings, and cookie crusts became symbols of a society balancing busy schedules with the desire for homemade tradition. In this context, rock bottom pie is not trivial. It is part of a much larger narrative. A narrative of how food culture shifted to embrace speed, simplicity, and shared memory. To remove it would not simply erase a dessert, it would erase a marker of an era. Step 1. The missing recipe. Without rock bottom pie, cookbooks of the 1990s lose one of their defining no-bake entries. The spread of easy desserts begins to slow. Families searching for quick, shareable options find fewer choices. Step 2. Peanut butter stays limited. Without this dessert, peanut butter remains largely confined to sandwiches, cookies, and candy. Its role in creamy desserts is delayed, possibly opening the way for other flavors, like Nutella or caramel, to dominate. Step 3. Oreos between effort and indulgence. Without it, countless moments feel emptier, quieter, missing a taste that carried more than flavor, it carried togetherness. The absence of rock bottom pie forces us to confront an unsettling truth. Sometimes it is the smallest, most ordinary things that anchor us. A recipe written on a note card, a dish served at a funeral, a birthday, a reunion. A moment where food becomes more than fuel, it becomes connection. What if rock bottom pie never existed? We would lose not just a dessert, but a symbol. A symbol that sweetness can be simple, that joy can be made from the everyday, that even at rock bottom, we can find something worth savoring. In the end, rock bottom pie did exist, it did spread, and it did leave its mark on kitchens, on gatherings, on culture itself. But the question remains, how many other simple recipes were lost? How many comforts were never written down, never shared, never remembered? If the absence of one dessert leaves us with so many questions, then we must ask, what else have we already forgotten?